I would now like to welcome our first Doc Day speaker and dedoc voice, Hubban Khan, a dedoc voice from Pakistan. He will be our first speaker. And Hubban, in light of the recent floods in your country, you asked if you could share a few words on the current crisis, the current situation, and especially on how it affects people living with diabetes in Pakistan. Please go ahead with that first.
Hello, Bastian. First of all, I would like to thank dedoc on behalf of the Pakistani diabetes community and Meethi Zindagi for giving us the stage and for listening the plea of flood-affected PWDs of Pakistan. So, with the raging climate change, Pakistan received 25% more rainfall this monsoon season than what's normal. As a result, one third of the country was almost flooded. 33 million people were impacted, and hundreds of people lost their lives. In this disaster, the diabetes community has been greatly affected. A country where 25% of the population lives below the poverty line, the floodings have created a full-scale humanitarian crisis. In such disastrous circumstances, Meethi Zindagi is working to deliver its Promise of Insulin program. In collaboration with Life for a Child, the Promise of Insulin program covers the cost of diabetes supply for over 600 children from some of the most underprivileged areas in Pakistan. Currently, we face two major challenges. First of all, these children who were registered on our Promise of Insulin program, these are the children who were getting monthly diabetes supplies from us. It is now very hard for us to reach them because of the disruptions in communication lines and road networks. So it is requiring twice the manpower and more monetary funds to get to these areas. Second challenge, which is a much bigger one, is that we are hearing concerning news from the flood affected areas. We're hearing that there are dozens and hundreds of people with diabetes who are now out in the open, and they need the diabetes supplies, they need the basic necessities of life at urgently. So, Meethi Zindagi is working to deliver the Promise of Insulin program for these people, but we need your help. Secondly, so here you can see the slide for, yeah. All right. So this is not the first time that the diabetes community is being tested. Last year when the war in Ukraine started, it was a terrible time for the diabetes community. But we were able to create some impact by coming together and supporting the cause of Ukrainian people with diabetes. Pakistan is going through a similar crisis right now, and we need to come together as a family. I would urge you to donate any amount you can spare for Meethi Zindagi's Promise of Insulin program. It is important that we do it quick and we do it right now. Even if you cannot assist us financially, you can always raise your voice and spread awareness about the cause of Pakistani people who have been affected with the floodings and who are living with diabetes. You can find the account details of Meethi Zindagi on the slide. Meethi Zindagi is a registered NGO in Pakistan and in USA. So our bank accounts are actively receiving funds from in USA and in Pakistan to sustain and grow the flood relief efforts. If you want to get in touch with us, you can get to meethizindagi.org or you can contact me directly for more details. I would simply finally request you to pitch in and help however you can. Thank you.
Thank you, Hubban, for sharing about the situation right now. And from dedoc, I can only say Meethi Zindagi is our partner organization in Pakistan. It's run by Sana Ajmal, who we've been personal friends with for a long time. We've been collaborating for a long time. And Hubban, you're of course the dedoc voice. We will see you and Sana, your president, at ISPAD in the UAE in 2 weeks. And we hope this call to action, call for support, will help you to help people with diabetes in your country that are affected by the current situation, the floods. We do this very rarely at dedoc and dedoc Day. We did it last time at ATD dedoc Day just after the Russian invasion of Ukraine. We spearheaded the Sparrow Rose campaign that we reframed into Sparrow Rose for Ukraine, which was a very, and still is, an ongoing terrible situation. We allowed Hubban and Meethi Zindagi to come live here now. There is multiple crises going on in the world all the time, at all times, specifically affecting people living with diabetes, because it is we'll hear more about this later on, about some other places where crises and living with diabetes comes together. But Hubban, thank you for those for this
Thank you.
call to action at the very beginning.